For the how-to project, I chose to do How to Get Your Prescription Filled by Mitt Patel. The reason why I chose this project was because I always wanted to know how to get your prescription filled, and one day I want to be in the medical field and this might be my job. The pharmacy that I chose to do was Rite Aid Pharmacy, and their slogan is, "With us, it's personal." The reason why I chose Rite Aid Pharmacy out of all the other pharmacies is because for the past couple of years, I always went to Rite Aid Pharmacy to get my prescription filled for the medicine that I needed, and they always knew their slogan inside and out. Plus, their employees always knew not to tell patients' medical lives information to others, which I really respected. The next important thing in this project is to have the necessary materials. First, you need to have your prescription, which has the name of the medicine that you need and has doctor's signature so that the pharmacy department knows that you're not making this up. Then you need to always bring your insurance card, which makes sure your insurance is valid as well as active, and it even might be able to give you deductible on the medicine that you're purchasing that you need. Next, you always need to have your personal information online, which has your information like your full name, date of birth, address, and if you have any medical problems like if you have allergies or asthma. Then you have the medicine information printout. Make sure you have the right information that you need. Then you always need to keep a paper bag on hand. The reason being is because to place your medication inside, because it is a law, you cannot walk out with prescription drugs without a bag. And to make sure it was checked by a licensed pharmacist. You always need to have a computer in any medical field, no matter what. But in this case, the computer is used for placing all the information, the personal information, insurance verification, medication name, have its dosage, and how long you need to take it for, which is stored inside the computer as a record they keep. These are all the major materials, but there are also minor materials come with it. There's a pill counter. Helps make sure the patient has the right amount of pills and allows the pharmacist or technician to count it with a spatula. The reason why they use a spatula is so that they don't have to use their dirty hands. You also need to have a printer to print out the medication sheet and the sticky label. You also need to have a sticky label. A sticky label has your personal information, the name of the medication, for the information like dosage as well as the milligrams, which doctor prescribed it, the places where it was filled at, store's phone number as well as address, the pharmacist's RX number, and the amount of dosage you're supposed to be taking. These are all the materials that you need to have. Step 1 has, if you're feeling anything weird going on with your body, contact your pediatrician or doctor immediately and book an appointment. Then tell them what's going on and they will do a physical examination on you. Then they will write you your prescription with a medication on there, which also includes the amount and time needed. And then, once they give you the prescription, you go ahead and take it straight to your local pharmacy. The first picture is my local pediatrician office I go to, which is Kids First Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. The second is my local pharmacy I go to, which is Rite Aid Pharmacy. Step 2 of this process. This is where it really gets interesting. You go to your local pharmacy and go to the pharmacy department of your store. Then, you give the technician your personal information, prescription, and insurance card. Then they'll create a data profile on the patient, put the necessary information inside the computer, like the name, phone number, address, your insurance company, medication, doctor's name, as well as instructions on how to take the medication. Once they placed all the information inside the computer, they'll print out a sticky label, look for the medication. The first picture is the technician verifying all the information you had given them. Second picture is technician typing personal information inside the computer. And the third picture is the technician typing the doctor's name as well as the instructions on how to take the medication so the patient is confused inside the computer, and then it keeps it all stored so we have a good personal record of it. Step 3. Once the sticky label is printed, the technician picks it up and places it on the prescription bottle. Then they locate the specific medication that you need and take it to the back of the counter. Then they go to the pill counter and they count each pill, make sure they're good, they're the right one, and the exact amount you need. Then they place all the pills inside a small oval bottle which has a yellow clear-through see-through bottle with a sticky label placed on top of it. Then they'll pass the bottle to the pharmacist who checks everything. The first picture is a sticky label that's printed and is an example of how one would look. Second picture is a technician looking for the specific medication that you need. And the third picture is technician counting the pills to make sure they're exact, precise amount that is needed. Make sure they're good ones. Step 4. The pharmacist makes sure it's the right medication to the right patient and counts the pills one more time. Then he passes it to the technician. The patient comes to the pickup area ready to pay for the medication. The technician makes sure everything is in there, and then they have to staple a medication sheet which has the medication that they need right there to the bag. The cashier scans the sheet to ring up the total, and the patient pays a copay if he has one. Notice that it's an asterisk, patient pays copay. You only have to pay a copay if the insurance company has a certain amount deductible on the medication or if it's not covered by the insurance company. Then, once the patient signs the receipt, pays for it, they can go home to start the treatment. Here, the first picture is the pharmacist. He is checking if everything is right, like the prescription and everything. Second picture is finding the patient's last name to see if there's a copay. Also, the medication in there with a medication sheet, and it has a paper bag in there, and that's like where they keep a record. It goes in alphabetical order by last name, as you can see. And the third picture is the cashier ringing up the price and the patient paying for it. Remember, there is always not a copay. A copay is not always there. This last slide is my bibliography. And where I got all my information from is that I had a personal interview with a pharmacist. And the rest are personal photos that I've taken in the past. Hope you've enjoyed my presentation and learned some information from there that you might have thought was neat. And if anyone wants to know of how to get your prescription filled, you can always ask me, or you can even tell them the information that you learned from my presentation. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you had a good time learning about this stuff. It's so interesting.